So today we have with us the Audi A8L, the car that gives cars such as the BMW 7 Series, the Mercedes S-Class a run for its money. This car is said to have one of the best technologies in its segment. So let's see what this car actually has to provide. Now before starting this video, I would specially like to thank Audi Chandigarh for lending us this beautiful Audi A8L for a review. They have an amazing inventory of many other Audi cars, almost all. And so if you're interested in buying any Audi car, we've linked all the contact details in the description below. So go check them out.
With luxury comes class, and the Audi A8L is one of the classiest cars I've ever seen. The styling cues of this car range from simple to very complex. For example, the headlamps of this car are very complex, yet they look so clean. They just fit right in. The only sportish appeal of this car is the alloy wheels, and everything else in this car is pure class. I know I'm using that word a lot, but it is what it is. Now the rear of this car is something to fall in love with. And all the credit goes to the light bar and the chrome bar which goes all across the trunk of this car. And as is in Audi, we do have the sequential LEDs. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. I was just mesmerized by the fact that this is a car. It is literally much more nicer than a 5-star lounge. I mean, just look around. All the technology, all the materials that have been used, the ambient lighting. I mean, it makes you rethink that are you in a car?
And now let's talk about the best friend of luxury, that's features. And so before we start with the really long journey of features in this car, let me just get out a few standard features out of the way. Number 1 is a panoramic sunroof. Number 2 is 4-zone climate controls, once again standard. Heated seats for the front and rear, and then we also have massaging seats for the front and rear. But then we have an adaptive air suspension in this car, once again standard. So those were the standard features in this car, the features that you get in every single Audi A8L. So now let's talk about the key features, once again, that are available in every Audi A8L, but we haven't told you, and we're gonna get some options in the way as well. I'm hot, turn on the AC please.
What temperature would you like to set?
Lowest.
I'll lower the temperature to 15.5 degrees.
Alright, that's much better. Anyways, let's address the elephant in the room, and that is the dual touchscreens in this car. Well, I've heard a lot of people saying, including auto journalists, that they've not given any buttons, they should have given buttons, they've given touchscreens, it's going to be difficult to control this display. Well, I don't completely disagree with them, but then Audi has done their best. They've given haptic touch in this car, and that means you have to press the screen like an actual button, and it does give you feedback like an actual button because of the haptics, and that is when you trigger any kind of option in this display. Because of the amount of features in this car, it is essential to give displays and not actual buttons. But you know what, now that I've turned on the AC in this car, I just realized that it also has fragrance. Well, it's an Audi, and they've given us 2 different type of fragrances in this car, and that too season based, winter and summer. So no matter what the weather is outside, your Audi A8 is always going to smell really nice. And talking about air conditioning, we also have an option of air purifying that is non-allergic air. That means it ionizes the air in such a way that it doesn't produce any kind of allergy, so you won't be sneezing around in your Audi A8L. And now that we've talked about the center console displays, we do have one more display in this car, and that is the Audi Virtual Cockpit. Like in any other Audi, in my personal opinion, this is one of the best in the business and is one of the best displays one can find in a car. But the actual features in this car are in this rear seat over here, because once again it's an Audi A8L, a chauffeur driven car. So I want to talk about the screens once again in this car. We have 2 screens in the rear seat entertainment, which by the way are actual Android tablets. You can actually remove them as well and then use them like any other Android tablet, which I think is really nice, because the thing is anyone who's ever used an Android tablet knows the user interface of this, and it is actually custom made for an Audi as well. So you can always control every single thing of the car using this display over here, and then you can always do your browsing and all that stuff using the Play Store and watch Netflix maybe while in the rear seat, so which I think is really nice. But the second display in this car is, I think, even better, because once you open this display over here, you can start using this type of a phone for controlling the seats in this car, which I think is pretty awesome, because I can turn on the massaging seats in this car using this. I can turn on the lights using this tablet over here. I can turn off the blinds and all of that stuff, even heated and cooled seats, turning on the AC, controlling the temperature. Every single thing can be done using this tablet over here, which I think is pretty awesome and goes with the Audi technology driven cars. Now, one more feature in this car has to do with the lights. Well, I don't know why Audi has made the Audi A8L always revolving around lights, and especially matrix lights. Once again, we have matrix lights in the rear as well. Now, what matrix lights mean is that I can actually focus the light where I want to in the whole cabin. So I have this option of matrix lights, and when I press that, I can go into individual, and then I can control where I want the actual circle to be and where I want that light to focus on in the rear cabin. That means if you're reading a book, you can actually make the light to focus on your book so that you can read your book in complete silence and peace.
So starting with the practicality, I would first like to talk about the rear seats, because this is a seat you want to be in if you have an Audi A8L. And so why waste time talking about normal practicality in other normal cars? So let's start. First off, we're going to talk about the armrest in this car, which opens, reveals a wireless charging pad, and my personal favorite, a full-blown refrigerator in this car, which opens by pressing this lever. And you have two cooling settings in this refrigerator. But once you open the lid, it reveals the actual refrigerator, with two bottle holders to hold any of your favorite drinks. So you went shopping in your Audi A8L and you're holding your bags of Gucci and Louis Vuitton, and you want to open the trunk, but you can't put them down. So how do you open the trunk? Well, Audi does think of that. Well, that was pretty easy.
Oh, I'm sorry, are you wondering why I'm opening my shoes? Well, I'll show you. Actually, this is kind of getting uncomfortable because I'm pressing it in this orientation, but had this door been closed, I would have done it pretty easily. Yeah, that's right, I just wanted to lie down in my Audi A8L, but yeah, that's one of the perks of buying a luxury car. Now, when we talk about the comfort in the Audi A8L, once again we need this tablet over here, because nothing in this car will work without this tablet. Everything is controlled using this tablet over here, and I really love that because I am a technology loving person. But anyways, I actually just wanted to turn on the massaging seats in this car, and you know what the best part is? I can even massage my feet in this car with this orientation, which I think is pretty awesome, and I'll just do that right now. Just a moment, yeah. That's more like it, I guess. Anyways, that's when you're reviewing an Audi A8L, you actually have fun reviewing it as well. But anyways, when I talk about the comfort in these seats, it's amazing. Perforated leather seats. I mean, I'm lying down in my car, what else do you want? But anyways, I have heated and cooled seats, so no matter what the weather is, I'm always going to be comfortable. I have this cocoon of leather, wood, Alcantara. I mean, it's amazing sitting inside this car. And I also have a vanity mirror in this car, which is pretty standard, but the mirror size in this car is pretty big. I guess I can get ready for a party, I mean, while I'm lying down in my car. Once again, that's pretty awesome. I can do every single thing in this car. Now, this is one of the rare cases when you have to hold this in your hand, but just for demonstration purposes. This is actually a footrest which you just need to deploy once and then keep it down below, and then you can rest your feet in your Audi A8L. And so that was a review of the 2020 Audi A8L. What a car! and what an experience reviewing this car. I mean, throughout the whole review, we were enjoying so much with just the luxuries, the amount of comfort and the amount of features in this car. It literally blows my mind off. And so that was our review. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. Comment down below if you're actually interested in buying one of these cars, or just comment down below what you like or dislike about our video, and share this video as much as you can. A subscribe would also be appreciated. Thank you.